Hello again, my friends. Welcome back to the Speak Easy English Show. I'm Daniel, and I'm here with you like a calm friend, not to judge you, not to rush you, just to help you speak English in an easy way. And today, we have a very important topic: how to think in English. Because many learners can understand English, but when they want to speak, they translate everything inside their head, and then they become slow. They feel nervous, they forget words, and sometimes they stop talking completely. If this is you, please don't feel bad. This is normal, and today I will help you. Slowly, softly, step by step. In the last episode, we talked about speaking without overthinking, and today, this is the next step. Because when you start thinking in English, speaking becomes easier. Not perfect, but easier.
Let me explain something very simple to you. And please, listen to this slowly. Your brain is not wrong. Your brain is not weak. Your brain is not confused. Your brain is actually trying to help you. When you learned English in school, or from books, or from apps, you learned it in a very careful way. English word, then your language meaning. Teacher says a word, you look for the meaning, you remember it. So your brain learned one rule: English is safe after translation. This is not a bad habit. This is a learned habit. And habits feel comfortable. They feel familiar. So when you try to speak English now, your brain says, wait, let me translate first. Let me check. Let me be sure. Your brain is not trying to stop you. It is trying to protect you from mistakes. That protection feels like safety. But here is the problem. That safety is slow. Translation is slow. It's like walking with heavy bags in both hands. You can walk, you can move forward, but every step feels heavy. Every step takes effort. And after some time, you feel tired. That's what happens when you translate. You are not bad at English. You are just carrying too much inside your head. Now, let me tell you something important. Thinking in English is not about being fast. It is about being light. Imagine walking without those heavy bags. Your hands are free. Your body is relaxed. Your steps feel natural. That's how thinking in English feels. Not perfect, not fancy, just easier. When you think in English, your mouth moves faster than fear. You don't fight with grammar. You don't argue with your mind. You simply speak what you feel. But please remember this. Thinking in English does not happen in one day. It does not happen because someone says, stop translating. Your brain doesn't work like that. Your brain needs trust. It needs time. It needs safety. So please don't be angry with yourself. Don't say, why am I still translating? Why can't I think in English? Instead, say this: my brain learned translation to protect me, and now I am teaching it a new way. You don't need to change your whole brain today. You don't need to force English into your head. We will not push. We will not rush. We will do this the speakeasy way. One small thought, one small word, one calm moment at a time. And slowly, your brain will feel safe enough to let English come naturally. You are not late. You are not behind. You are learning in a gentle way, and that is okay.
Let me explain something very simple to you. And please, listen to this slowly. Your brain is not wrong. Your brain is not weak. Your brain is not confused. Your brain is actually trying to help you. When you learned English in school, or from books, or from apps, you learned it in a very careful way. English word, then your language meaning. Teacher says a word. Now listen to me carefully. And please, slow down with me. I want you to forget everything you think you know about good English. Forget big words. Forget fast speaking. Forget sounding smart. Because to think in English, you don't need big English. You don't need difficult vocabulary. You don't need long sentences. You don't need confidence first. That idea is heavy, and heavy ideas create fear. Here is the real secret, and it is very simple. To think in English, you only need small English every day. That's it. Small English is not weak English. Small English is safe English. And safety changes everything. Let me explain. When English feels big, your brain becomes careful. It says, don't make mistakes, think first, check grammar. So it translates. It slows you down. It protects you. But when English feels small, your brain relaxes. It doesn't feel danger. It doesn't feel pressure. It feels normal. Small English sounds like this. I am tired. I like tea. I am here. It is okay. Nothing special, nothing impressive, but something very important is happening. Your brain is learning, I can think in English and nothing bad happens. That feeling is powerful because your brain only stops translating when it feels safe. Not when you force it, not when you push it, not when you shout at yourself. Only when it feels safe. Many learners try to think in English using long sentences. They practice like this. I would like to express my opinion about. That is heavy English. Heavy English brings back translation. Heavy English brings back fear. Small English does the opposite. It tells your brain, this is easy. This is okay. I can do this. And slowly, very slowly, your brain stops asking for your language, not because you ordered it to stop, but because it doesn't need protection anymore. This is why daily small English works. Not once a week, not only when you feel motivated. Small English every day. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. That is enough. Think one word, say one sentence, then stop. That's practice. Not big practice, not perfect practice, safe practice. And safe practice builds trust. When your brain trusts English, thinking becomes natural. Not fast, not perfect, but calm. So please remember this secret. If you want to think in English, don't chase big English. Don't run after fast speaking. Choose small English every day. Because small English feels safe. And when English feels safe, your brain lets go. And English begins to come out naturally. You look for the meaning. You remember it. So your brain learned one rule. English is safe after translation. This is not a bad habit. This is a learned habit. And habits feel comfortable. They feel familiar. So when you try to speak English now, your brain says, wait, let me translate first. Let me check. Let me be sure. Your brain is not trying to stop you. It is trying to protect you from mistakes. That protection feels like safety. But here's the problem. That safety is slow. Translation is slow. It's like walking with heavy bags in both hands. You can walk, you can move forward, but every step feels heavy.
Every step takes effort, and after some time, you feel tired. That's what happens when you translate. You are not bad at English. You are just carrying too much inside your head. Now, let me tell you something important. Thinking in English is not about being fast. It is about being light. Imagine walking without those heavy bags. Your hands are free, your body is relaxed, your steps feel natural. That's how thinking in English feels. Not perfect, not fancy, just easier. When you think in English, your mouth moves faster than fear. You don't fight with grammar, you don't argue with your mind, you simply speak what you feel. But please remember this. Thinking in English does not happen in one day. It does not happen because someone says, "Stop translating." Your brain doesn't work like that. Your brain needs trust. It needs time. It needs safety. So please don't be angry with yourself. Don't say, "Why am I still translating? Why can't I think in English?" Instead, say this: "My brain learned translation to protect me, and now I am teaching it a new way." You don't need to change your whole brain today. You don't need to force English into your head. We will not push. We will not rush. We will do this the speak easy way. One small thought, one small word, one calm moment at a time, and slowly, your brain will feel safe enough to let English come naturally. You are not late, you are not behind, you are learning in a gentle way, and that is okay. Now, I want you to relax your shoulders because I am about to give you 3 simple tools, not 10 tools, not smart tricks, not confusing rules, just 3. And I want you to remember something important. You don't need to use all 3 today. You don't need to be perfect. Even one tool used gently is enough. Ready? Good. Tool 1. One-word thinking. This is the easiest tool, and that's why it works. Most learners try to think in English using full sentences. That is heavy. So we start very small. When you see something, just think one English word, nothing more. You see a phone. In your mind, say, phone. That's it. You see water. Water. You see a chair. Chair. No sentence, no grammar, no pressure. Just one word. This tool is not about speaking. It is about teaching your brain something new. Your brain learns, I can think in English, and I am safe. That feeling is important. Think of this tool like training a small muscle. You don't lift heavy weight on day 1. You lift something light, and slowly your strength grows. One-word thinking is light English, and light English does not scare your brain. Tool 2. Short sentence thinking. Now, only if you feel comfortable, we move one small step forward. Not a big jump, just a step. Short sentences, very short. Sentences from your real life, like, I am hungry, I am tired, I feel happy, I feel nervous, I need water, I want coffee. These sentences are simple, and that's the secret, because your brain already knows these feelings, so it doesn't fight. It doesn't say, wait, translate first. It says, oh, this is familiar. And when English feels familiar, translation becomes unnecessary. You are not learning new ideas. You are only changing the language of thoughts you already have. That is why this works. Tool 3. Comment mode. My favorite tool. Now let me share my favorite tool with you. I call this comment mode. Comment mode means you talk to yourself in English, like a quiet narrator. Not loud, not dramatic, just gentle comments. You're cooking. Inside your mind, you say, I am cutting onions. Now I am boiling water. This smell good. I am hungry now. You're walking outside. You think, the weather is nice. I am going to the shop. That car is fast. I feel relaxed. This is not practicing time. This is lifetime. And that's why it is powerful. You are not forcing English. You are letting English walk with you. No pressure, no performance. Just small, real thoughts. And this is thinking in English. Not fast, not perfect, but natural. Final reminder. Please remember this. You don't need all 3 tools every day. Some days, 1 word is enough. Some days, 1 short sentence. Some days, just quiet comments. That is real learning. Gentle, safe, and steady. And slowly, your brain will stop translating because it won't need protection anymore. And English will begin to feel like home.
Now, we will practice together. Before we start, I want you to hear this clearly. There is no pressure here, no test, no judgment. You don't need a strong voice. You don't need a confident voice. Even if your voice feels small, even if it feels shy, that is okay. A small voice still learns. A quiet voice still grows. So speak slowly, and if you need more time, take it. I will wait. Practice 1. 1 word thinking. We start with 1 word only. No sentence, no grammar, just 1 word. Ready? Phone. Water. Chair. Food. Window. Quiet. Good. Very good. If you only listened, that is okay too. Listening is also practice. Your brain is learning English sounds, and that matters. Practice 2. Short sentence thinking. Now we go 1 step higher. Just short sentences. Not fast, not perfect, just honest. Repeat after me. I am hungry. I am tired. I feel nervous. I feel calm. I need help. I want to speak. Perfect. And let me tell you something important. Even if your sentence was slow, even if you stopped in the middle, that is still correct practice. Fluency does not come from speed. Fluency comes from comfort, and comfort grows quietly. Now, this is the most natural practice. This is how English becomes part of your life. We call this comment mode. You are not performing. You are not studying. You are simply talking to yourself kindly. Repeat after me. I am drinking water. I am sitting here. I am listening to English. I am learning slowly. I am getting better. Yes, you are doing it. This is thinking in English. Not fast English, not perfect English, but real English. Final reassurance, very important. Now listen to me carefully. If your heart was beating faster, that's okay. If your voice felt shaky,
That's okay. That means you are trying, and trying gently is the best way to learn. You don't need long practice. You don't need loud practice. 2 minutes like this every day is enough. English does not need force. English needs permission. And today, you gave your brain permission to think in English safely. Be proud of that. Take a small breath. You did well. Very well.
Let me tell you something, and please listen slowly. This is not from a book. This is not from a course. This is from real life. I once had a student, very polite, very quiet. She knew English grammar. She knew many English words. On paper, she was good. But when it was time to speak, she became silent. Her eyes looked down. Her hands felt tight. Her voice disappeared. One day she came to me and said, very softly, "Teacher, I translate everything first, and then I get scared." I didn't correct her grammar. I didn't give her more vocabulary. Instead, I listened. And then I gave her one very small job. I said, for 3 days, don't speak full English sentences. She looked surprised. She said, "What?" So I smiled and said, just think one word in English. That's all. No speaking, no pressure, no performance. Just one word. She agreed, but she was nervous. Day 1, she told me it felt strange. Her brain kept waiting for her language, but she gently stopped it and thought, phone, water, bus. That was it. Day 2, something changed. She said, it feels a little easier. Not easy, just easier. Day 3, she came to class smiling, and she said something I will never forget. She said, my brain is starting to remember English faster. Not perfect English, not fast English, just faster access. And yes, she still made mistakes. She mixed words. She paused. But something important happened. She started speaking. Small sentences, quiet sentences, but real ones. And that is the real win. Because speaking English is not magic. It is not talent. Speaking is training. Soft training, daily training, kind training. Not big steps, not loud confidence, just small English every day. And if you are listening now and thinking, that sounds like me, please know this. You are not late. You are not broken. You are just learning the gentle way. And that way works. Now, before we finish today's lesson, let's slow down for a moment and gently review what we learned. Not to test yourself, not to judge yourself, just to remember. Today, we learned something very important. Thinking in English does not mean big English. It does not mean difficult words. It does not mean fast speaking. It does not mean perfect sentences. Thinking in English means small English, every day. Small English is safe English. And when English feels safe, your brain relaxes. When your brain relaxes, it stops translating so much. We also learned 3 simple tools. Not many, not complicated, just 3. First, one-word thinking. You see something, you think one word. Phone, water, chair. That is enough. Second, short sentence thinking. Very small sentences. I am tired. I am hungry. I feel calm. These sentences are from your real life, so your brain accepts them easily. And third, comment mode. Talking to yourself gently in English. Not to impress anyone, not to sound smart, just quiet comments about what you are doing. This is how English becomes part of your day. And now, please listen to this carefully. If you still translate sometimes, that is okay. If your brain goes back to your language, that is okay. You are not failing. You are not going backward. You are learning. Learning does not move in a straight line. It moves slowly. It moves gently. One small sentence at a time. And, my friends, if you want to feel confident in English, but in a calm way, if you want to learn English without fear, without pressure, without rushing, you can subscribe to this channel. Not because you must, not because you are behind, but because this is a safe space, a place where quiet learners belong, a place where mistakes are allowed, a place where small steps matter. And, if you want, you can listen to this episode again tomorrow. Not for 1 hour, not for hard study, just 10 minutes. Listen while resting. Listen while walking. Listen while drinking tea. Small practice, done daily, creates big change. And slowly, very slowly, English will stop feeling heavy. It will start to feel familiar. And one day, you will notice something beautiful. You are thinking in English, without fear, without force, just naturally. Thank you for being here, and thank you for learning gently. Speak easy, my friends. Now, before we say goodbye, it's time for something very small, our question of the day. Please remember, this is not a test. This is not homework. This is just a gentle moment to practice together. So here is the question. What is one thing you see right now? That's it. Look around you. Don't think too much. Just choose one thing and write one English word. For example, phone, water, table, window, chair. Only one word. You don't need a sentence. You don't need explanation. Just one small English thought. Write your word in the comments. And yes, I really do read them. And when I read your one word, I know something important happened. You stopped translating, even for 1 second, and that matters. That 1 second is how thinking in English begins. And now, my friends, let me tell you about the next episode. In the next episode, we will talk about something very powerful. How to answer questions in English without panic. Because many learners can say, hi, they can smile, they can greet. But when someone asks, what do you do? Or where are you from? Or how was your day? Something happens inside. Your heart beats faster, your mind goes quiet, your thoughts disappear. And you think, I know this, but why can't I answer? If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. So in the next episode, I will teach you easy answer patterns. Not long answers, not perfect answers, just small answers, safe answers. Answers you can use even when you feel nervous. So you never feel stuck again. So you never freeze again. So your mind feels calm instead of empty. All right, my friends, we are coming to the end of today's episode. And before you go, I want to tell you something clearly. You did great today. Not because your English was perfect, not because you spoke fast, but because you practiced, you listened, you tried, you stayed. And that is how confidence grows. Not loudly, not suddenly, but slowly, softly, one small sentence at a time. So be kind to yourself today. Take a breath. And remember, you are learning English the gentle way. And that way works. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, speak easy, my friends, and bye-bye now.